What's good, YouTube? It's David TV coming at you with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's been popping all over my For You page, clavicular clips. More precisely, a stream that happened yesterday. If you don't know who he is, he's a looks maxer that streams on Kick. He maximizes his physical features. That's his goal. He promotes extreme and things such as bone smashing, hitting his bones so they grow back stronger. You know that thing where Muay Thai kickers kick things over and over, and they cause small microfractures in your bone, and then they heal and get stronger over time. That's his goal, basically, to do with his cheekbones and his face to make him look more attractive. And he takes substances like crystal meth, and he to get more lean. He does really extreme methods. And I heard about him last year in December 2025. He went viral after appearing to run someone over in a Tesla Cybertruck during a live stream, and I haven't heard anything about it recently. I don't know if charges were ever filed or if it was self-defense. It was in Florida, so you don't know how. I don't know how exactly how their stand your grounds and self-defense laws over there. So
Start driving with this guy. Drive.
that's where I have to cut it off. I can't really show any more of the clip just because of the YouTube guidelines, and you can clearly tell that he falls off the guy off the hood of the truck, and then you hear a bump, and then he just keeps on driving off, and then you can see his reaction. He says he doesn't care. That's how I first got introduced to him, and then I heard more and more about. I saw him getting talked about and heard about the bone smashing later on. Yeah, after that incident, I really started to see him more and more. Started to see him doing collabs with different people. Saw him do the Fresh and Fit podcast, and basically, you know how that works out, where there's a bunch of girls, and then the host Myron Gaines and Fresh something and Clavicular were there just roasting women from Miami. And then I saw him go on to the Michael Knowles show, a Daily Wire show featuring Michael Knowles, and he basically just talked to Clavicular and talked about his worldview and how he thinks people that are attractive have way better results. So the best thing you can do is be more attractive to get more opportunities. Because he says the best thing to do is not try to get rich because only a small percentage will get rich, but a larger percentage can increase their looks by a significant margin, increasing their odds for just having better opportunities in life. The reason I'm talking about Clavicular today is because I saw him do a live stream with Sneeko and Nick Fuentes. If you don't know who Sneeko is, he's a live streamer that was pretty popular in like 2020 to like 2023 when the Red Pill movement was really getting its traction. And then Nick Fuentes recently gained massive popularity from live streaming and having an interview with Piers Morgan. People are really starting to resonate with more of his right wing politics. Or not really right wing, red pill, like conservative politics. It's a really an extreme. We talked about Nick Fuentes, Nico. So it's basically the lineup for who was on the stream, and then Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. You know, Andrew Tate recently had a boxing match. He was the guy who made "What Color Is Your Bugatti" back, who's popping off in 2022. Um, Content like this is starting to emerge once again. There's one side of the internet that thinks this is good to have free speech and you shouldn't censor any of it at all. And they're pushing the envelope over and over. But at some point, pushing the envelope doesn't really become too edgy anymore. You're just watching people do stuff and you don't really have a reaction because it's just so extreme. And there's another side thing that believes people should be canceled and censored. I don't think that should happen just because we live in America, or at least I do, and you have the right for free speech. You know, it's a slippery slope. Nobody knows they're really falling until they fall. So people are just talking about that on the internet, and my opinion is, you know, we shouldn't take away their free speech, but at the same time, they're kind of pushing the envelope just to push the envelope. It's not really anything too brain stimulating or anything really good like that. What I'm really surprised about is Andrew Tate being on it and his brother Tristan Tate. I'm more surprised because Andrew Tate, we all saw that fight, or at least I didn't see it live because I was watching the Jake Paul versus Tyson Fury fight. For the fighting audience, I think that really took over that weekend or whenever it happened. I'm not really sure, but I do remember seeing the fight afterwards and seeing the highlights of it. It was a very poor performance by Andrew Tate. I do have to admit that. I did actually think before this that he was like an elite kickboxer because I've seen world title, you know, by his name and stuff. And I saw clips of him in the past. He looked decent. I want to say he was anything like Alex Pereira or anything extraordinary, but I thought he was a fighter before this. And then you see this influencer low key not low key, actually high key demolished this guy. And then after that, he's all bruised and sore. And then you see his performance afterwards. And then he starts thanking God or saying this is God's will. And that's the reason he lost, not his cardio. And he
A
said,
shot like that,
so hard
absolutely not. It was
gassed
too
out
easy
the
to
last
see,
one.
and
That's
you know
really
Andrew
sure
Tate's
how that
simply
worked
fatigued,
exactly.
and he wasn't able to get out of the way of it. Too much weight. Beautiful shot by Chase around the Chase Moore. Clearly dominated in round 5.
But that was pretty funny when I remember watching that. I honestly thought this video would be longer, but I feel like it wasn't long just because I didn't have any clips. I think I had one clip of the Cybertruck in it, but I really want to thank all my viewers. I know I've been getting a steady amount, like around 50 viewers each video and like 3 likes. And I really want to thank the people for that in the comments. And like I said at the end of every video, what can I do to improve my video? Like, what have you noticed? What have you liked? What have you disliked? I like to see the comments in the sections. It really gives me, a drive to keep going. That's pretty much all I really want to talk about in this video. If you have anything you want me to react to, leave in the comments again. Like I said, that's the best way for me to see what you're doing. And this is David TV signing out. Peace.